Ladies and gentlemen, still on justice for Mohbad. So sad. This is scary. This update will blow your mind. May we not lay with our enemies. May we not eat and die with our enemy. May we not embrace our enemy. May we not bring them into our confidence. What happened to Mohbad is deeper than the deepest. Recall that the nurse, Feyi, the auxiliary nurse, had said that this is a setup. This is a setup. Till today, we are still trying to understand what Wunmi plotted and with who did she do this. But you don't need to wait too long because you are going to hear this unbelievable. Nurse Feyi, yes, we'll be listening to the update. What happened? Did they really take Mohbad to the hospital at first, or it was after they had done what they did, they now took Mohbad to the hospital for them to dump him there? But the hospital said, no, you cannot keep him here. This is DOA. You can't keep him here. That was their thought. Recall that Mohbad's father said that they had called Mohbad's mother, asking them to come to the hospital. That was where they wanted to deposit Mohbad's body so that they can all disappear. But the hospital did not accept Mohbad. The hospital gave them a paper instead saying, look, you brought this. Why did the hospital do this? Not because the hospital is a charity organization or they just felt pity for Mohbad. It is a standard practice for the hospital itself to be clean and clear of any accusation. They now have it on record that you brought in a person that is not alive, with no breath of life in that person. That is what the hospital did to clear themselves. So, this short video where we saw the spasm, that is the neck of Mohbad, moved, and immediately that happened, we saw that they quickly switched off the camera. And during this time, Wunmi was not visible, although she was there. She did not cry. She was supposed to be the one crying even more, but she did not. She made sure that her face was not visible. She hid herself, kept quiet. Let us even say that she is not visible on camera, but her voice can be heard crying, sobbing, as someone who lost a dear one. People would have maybe, at this time, people would still be kind of like not too sure if to place Wunmi as a prime suspect. But every of this event that happened, coupled with what the nurse has to tell us, you will be shocked that these people plotted this. The way they moved, the way they organized themselves will let you know, will make you know that they had already planned it ahead. Or are we going to say they watched a movie that taught them what to do? So Mohbad was never taken to the hospital. At first, it was after his demise. Let us listen to this update and we'll talk more.
The hospital they say they go to may not be real. They may not move that Mohbad corpse out of that house. They may only put it inside the car to announce from inside that car that Mohbad is dead, and they return it back inside the house. There may not be any hospital. There may not be anything. Or even the nurse may just be invited to come and help inject the Mohbad dead body, probably a kind of preservation. And, a lot of things. We have to call God for this issue. To me, presently, it is God.
Mr. Adeti, this case is just ridiculous, and they are lying to cover up something, because I'm telling you something. By now, that nurse should have been in Corona Infos to tell us, since at the first police statement that they said that Mohbad was injected and the injection made him had convulsion. That nurse should have been the first person to be in that first inquest, to tell us what she injected Mohbad. Then we'll take it from there. You understand?
Did you see them bring the nurse out?
They keep jumping like kangaroos. They keep jumping like kangaroos, jumping the suspects.
They robbing the nurse. They robbing the prado chief.
The very important people were not presented.
You can say they are not invited. The ones who are invited are the ones who are outside this scene. Prime Boy was not in that house. Spending left the house. That's what he said. Baba Mohbad is not in that house. So why is Baba Mohbad testifying? I don't understand that part. Why Baba Mohbad needs to stand and talk. What has he got to say?
Queen of energy. To me, did you know why Spending and Prime Boy were arrested and detained? The reason why Prime Boy Spending were affected is just this. They are the one that they have little to the truth of what happened.
Exactly.
And they have to take them out of society, out of the town.
People that were not in the house to see what the nurse administered to Mohbad, those are the people you are bringing to inquest. Please make it make sense now.
This thing will only take us time, but by God's grace, we will get the justice. We will see the root of it. Prime Boy and Spending has little knowledge of what happened. So they have to take them out of town, out of the society. They have to make it look as if...
Can somebody tell me when did this inquest start, please? Was it last year?
Yes, no, I think sometimes last year, probably November.
The first one, October 13 was the first inquest. October 13 was the first inquest.
November, December, January, February, March, April. That's about 7 months. 7 months. And you can count the amount of people they brought to this inquest to talk.
Now, I don't even know, as Bayo Billion said now, that the later application that was made to bring some people in, now, if they rejected that application, because those people may not be real. No hospital, no nurse, they don't want to bring their face to it.
No, but I mean, even if they don't exist, police were the one that mentioned their name. Police were the one that mentioned people's name, part of the investigation. Police mentioned hospital. Baba Mohbad did not mention hospital. The people at the house said that there was a neighbor that gave them a ride to the hospital.
To the hospital.
Yeah, they mentioned the name of the driver, the Prado driver that drove them. So all those people, I mean, if police said there's a Prado driver that his glass was broken, let him come and tell us what he was looking when the glass of his car was broken.
Did you get to know? Did they tell you who is the neighbor that carried them out? Did they tell you anything like that?
Yeah, they said the neighbor. Wunmi said she was
neighbor
one that went to the neighbor's door.
Neighbor no get name. Neighbor no get name.
They don't know his name. They only mention his name as a nickname. Agbaga, I think Agbaga or Agbaga.
You're supposed to be asking the wife which neighbor, and they go and knock on that neighbor's door and ask him.
She was the one that mentioned that she was the one that knocked on the door. She said, "I knock on the neighbor's door for 5 minutes."
All those things are script for 5 minutes.
It doesn't matter. See, Baba, we just want to establish.
Why is the neighbor not in inquest?
That's what we are saying.
Why is the neighbor not?
I don't think the neighbor is even invited to the police station to even come and give a statement. Talk less of.
Do you know how many things that is not included? They said 26 people were questioned. Do you know how many 26 people that were questioned? Do you know? Do you know? See, that is why Baba is asking for. See, Baba is not looking for much. He's asking for these people, this one that is. I mean, because you and I know who are important to this investigation. The Prado driver is very, very important. Darusha is very important because Darusha was the one that took the dead body from the hospital, from the first hospital to the second hospital. Darusha was the one that embalmed at the house. So Darusha is very essential. The nurse is very essential. At what time, at what point did you inject? Because what me I heard behind the camera is that one koba mini, the nurse cried that in Koto Shelekoni, that is not what happened. This is Akoba, this is
Bio billion. At that point, that you heard that. Did you know they might have seen it that if they bring this lady outside, she's going to talk, and they decide to keep her at bay.
Intentionally, that is what they are doing. But Baba is using his civil right to push them to a corner. Asking the police, I mean, okay, now let's start from is it Baba that is supposed to investigate this case? This case is a crime against the state.
Yes. And the state
so the case to persecute everything. There's not even need for inquest. I'm telling you, there's no need for inquest.
there is no need
If you look at
for them to have done inquest. To me, it favors
they are
us
buying
for us
time.
to see.
It favors us, but they are also buying time to cover up their shenanigans.
Yes. They are
They're
buying
also
time to cover up,
time
but
to
it
keep
gives
covering
us
up
an
because they
insight
think that
more.
we would get tired. We will get tired. They're thinking that these guys will get tired after 2, 3, 4 months. As usual, will get tired. You understand? So they are intentionally buying time. Look at when they told us that autopsy toxicology is out. It was not in January or February that we found out it's going to be another 3 months, 10 weeks, because they never knew we were going to keep talking about it.
Keep talking about it.
They never knew, and that is why it became so difficult for them. Because they were not ever, they never thought we'll talk about this long. And the more we talk about it, the more difficult it becomes for them. It keeps getting difficult, tighter. The pathologist, the consultant said that the results of things like this only happen 3 or 4 in 100.
Yes.
Unconclusive 3 or 4 in 100. Why is Mohbad part of the 100?
That they are going to see results.
And why is it Mohbad's own that is part of the 100, part of the 3? And this man has said in the last 4 or 5 years, he's done more than 1,000 autopsy. What state, what country, which part of the world is it doing those pathologist results? Because Lagos State does not have it. Because they said Lagos State does not have it. So Lagos State own has been burned down. So where is it getting all the ones he's been doing over 1,000 pathologists in 4 years or 5 years? Is it doing from this dream? Then these people think we are not smart.
We need prayer. Whether I continue to say it. I've seen a lot since we started. By God's grace, this is the 8th month going to 9 months. There is nothing we have not seen. We've been on TikTok from day like this till 4 a.m., 5 a.m. We have seen a lot like that. See, what we need more now. I continue to say it. We will still come to talk, but we need prayers to consult religious people and take this matter to God directly now. See, it may look probably foolish or whatever, but I think as we are doing whatever things we need to do, we need prayer. Seriously now. These people, they should continue to, misunderstand each other. They should fight. Because if they did not fight, we will not see truth. Wunmi should not understand Darosa. Darosa should not understand Adua. Adua should not understand Wunmi. Mama Mohbad and
Look at the audio we heard now.
They should
the audio is that these are the people. Now these are 2 people that are close to Mama Abosede. One said that she called Abosede and Abosede does not know about it. That's what we just heard now. Abosede does not know about a petition that was written against the father of her child. Abosede does not know about a petition. She did not even sign off
That's why
on
they
the
took
petition.
her off the internet. They intentionally to take her off the internet.
That's why they took her off the social media. We said it this morning. The reason why Abosede's phone was changed because they do not want her to have access to nobody. Now let me make this known to you guys. There's going to be a great fight among this camp again anytime soon. Bet me. Because this is like now, somebody said that, this is wrong. Why will you go that far? You are trying to destroy the family. Encouraging whoever will mean to write a petition that Mama Mohbad did not sign off on. That is destructing the family. That is making the case worse. 2 weeks ago, Abosede called Mr. Dayo, the cousin of Baba Mohbad, to beg Baba Mohbad to stop the embalmment case. That means Abosede, even to what I heard behind the camera, Abosede was begging. She was standing there while on the phone, begging that she will not say anything again, or if Baba Mohbad will drop the embalmment case. That is what I heard behind the camera. That is how bad it is.
She needs to say more than that for Baba to drop that embalmment.
And you will understand that the moment she made that pledge, she stopped talking, and she has not talked till now.
Right.
Yes. From that time till now, she has not said anything.
She has not said anything because she pleaded, she begged. I heard she knelt down to beg that she's not even calling her Jose. Baba promise. Koma shekini she begged.
Maybe
And
that's
now,
why Wunmi go ahead to write another petition in
on
her
her
name.
behalf, just to make sure, because Wunmi's team just threatened that last on Sunday, the day after Baba Mohbad's birthday, to say if Wunmi does not arrest or petition Baba Mohbad, they will back off from her. Now look at this people that is pushing this girl.
I heard it.
Imagine. These are the people that want this case to go on so that they can be collecting a lion and talk and talk and talk. They are giving us sleepless nights here on our own platform here. They are taking pictures, intimidating, threatening.
Buy your video.
You threatening. You
Buy your
threatening
video.
somebody that is on media saying what I'm talking about, what Nigeria police is doing. But you want to threaten me? That the Nigeria police is making a very mess of our system. You want to threaten me? The Baba Mohbad is taking his civil rights. You want to threaten me?
Imagine.
At what point, where do we get to this stage?
It is.
I've not made a derogative statement. Everything I've said is within my rights. The government has made a mess of this case, and it will not change. Profuse bleeding. How did we get to profuse bleeding?
And the toxicology
The
didn't
police
mention
officer,
profuse bleeding.
the police officer said that the driver of the jeep slept in the house. Go and read the CTC page 11. ASP Mohammed Yusuf. This man has proven that he has a conflict of interest in this case. He was the one that handled Prime Boy and Wunmi's petition. And in the petition Prime Boy wrote, he said that the police officer threatened and coerced him. He coerced him that if you don't go and listen to Wunmi, what Wunmi is saying, go and listen to Wunmi, or else we have the knife. Or Bemakete, we have it, we have the evidence here. And the same police officer is the IPO in charge of the case, of the national, a worldwide case. Can you imagine?
So bad.
And
Very bad.
you want to threaten me?
So bad.
Somebody is cursing his father-in-law. This is the first time I'm saying that. And people have acted in movies. Or somebody saying, Oma Kuni, Oma Topoli, to your father-in-law. This, I'm telling you, I heard that thing and I couldn't believe myself.
After cursing today, she wrote a petition. Can you just imagine?
This same man,
I've never
The
seen
this
level
same
of
man,
disrespect.
this same person that has said more than 10 different narratives about the death of her husband. At 10 years old, at 13 years old, you are in love with somebody, you are already sleeping in somebody's house. That person is a pedophile. If at 10 years old or 13 years old, you have been dating, you have been doing this, and according to your own group, Dawa class, your mentor, your chief instructor, your chief analyst, your chief PRO, said you peddle drugs. I'm telling you,
Yes.
Baba Mohbad has a case. That DNA case, Baba Mohbad got a lot of case. I have asked a lawyer.
A lot of peace.
You're somebody of that character. Wunmi does not have a good character to be a mother. As a drug peddler, as a drug user. She does not have that right to take up that son.
That child is
Mentally, she's not okay. Emotionally, she's not okay. Character-wise, she's not fit enough to train a child.
Our supporter mentioned it. Dawa class.
They said it. You sell drugs, you peddle drugs. Imagine.
That said that is where she gets money. That's where she gets
And
money.
you are not in one place, and you are telling me you want to go to DNA court. Rishonbe, DNA court. You still saying that people you think all those things you are saying is not going to be evidences. You are deleting. About they said you are deleting it. Boss Yabojo quickly deleted it and put a new one that is not completed. Look, you can see how myopic, how porous their brain is. You wrote a statement, I woke up to this, and we wrote this to the video. The video that I listened to was about 5 minutes. And upon 30 minutes after you deleted it, I put a 3-minute video. Where you have edited one where Mama Boss said that the man did not take any legal action against you. But you have the infantry, the God.
Do you know one prayer and pray?
Sahara, yes, sir. Me, like this, I'm ready to sponsor any petition, any court injunction, any legal standing against Sahara.
Welcome back. You heard from our guest. Prime Boy and Spending have little knowledge of the event. That is why 2 of them were taken out of circulation. The police helped to get them out of circulation. The police took their statement, and we heard that their statement had been manipulated. The problem, and I think if I am correct, Prime Boy's lawyer should have a copy of the statement, and by now Prime Boy also should have gone through the statement, although he went to the coroner inquest and he said a lot of things. Now, when Spending got to the coroner inquest, what he said through a lot of what Wunmi had said out of the window. He threw it out because in all that Wunmi said, she never mentioned that she had any quarrel or fight, physical, verbally, with Mohbad. She pretended as if she was reprimanding Mohbad for wrongdoing. And what is this wrongdoing? For fighting his friend. And that's it. And that when they got to Mohbad had apologized, and Mohbad just said, "Oh, baby love, what about the international passport that you and Liam are supposed to have? Come on, we need to get this done. We need to get out of Nigeria. Let's get out of this wickedness. Let's go to Canada." This is what she presented. She presented it that way. She removed every part that has to do with her being involved in the demise of Mohbad. Spending was the one that added some part of it. The nurse has not been called to the coroner inquest. Maybe the next sitting, the nurse will be called in. Pathologists said, this is what we have. And from what we got, we cannot give you guys the cause of demise of Mohbad based on science. Now, the nurse will be called in. The nurse said, I only administered this particular medication. Now, if you had been on this platform and you've been following through this Justice for Mohbad, a journalist had said certain things about the toxicology and also the autopsy. In the autopsy, there is a part of it that says there is a deep laceration on the neck of Mohbad. How did that come about? How did that laceration come about? What did they take out of Mohbad after his demise? Question 1. 2. What happened to Mohbad prior? Spending left. Unfortunately, Mohbad and Prime Boy, parted ways. That's the thing about life. Both of them are childhood friends. They have their differences. They fight a lot. They quarrel a lot. Of course, what do you expect? You don't want to bow to your childhood friend because he's doing more better than you in the same craft or art that you are both into or the same interest. Both of them are friends. They speak frankly to themselves. They will quarrel, they will fight. But I observed that Prime Boy and Mohbad started drifting apart. Of course, this happens when you are rising up the ladder. They started drifting apart. I'll point to one example of their drift apart. If both of them remained childhood friends and their thoughts are the same, Prime Boy would have been at Wunmi's so-called introduction that became engagement, that became marriage. He would have been there, but he wasn't there. He wasn't present. Mohbad did not invite. Why? Because Prime Boy did not in any way agree to Mohbad being in a relationship with Wunmi after both of them went for consultation and they were told about their life pathway. They were told. Prime Boy said, Wunmi used to stay in my house, in my parents' house. Even at times, my parents will not know that Wunmi is there for about 3 days with Mohbad. You see? So these are people who know each other well. What happened in between? Well, during the consultation, Mohbad and Prime Boy were instructed on the kind of women they have around them. They were told to do away with those girls. Prime Boy said he did. He cut off from those women, those girls, or the girl. Mohbad refused. Mohbad said, she's still a virgin. That was a lie that Wunmi gave to Mohbad. She's still a virgin. From she's still a virgin, Mohbad got hooked. They had told him, stay away because these girls will destroy you. These girls will finish you. And he probably didn't believe it. He felt, what kind of destruction? What will this kind of girl do? This kind of slim, petite, tiny girl with a voice like hurricane, with a voice like volcano. Hmm? What would this girl do with a voice like tornado? What will she do? Mohbad was caught up with Wunmi. And maybe she, being a streetwise girl, as Mohbad is consulting, she's also consulting and also looking for tools and weapons to tie Mohbad down. So because of this, Prime Boy and Wunmi didn't like themselves. Probably Prime Boy had made it clear to her, you are not needed. Or Mohbad had told Wunmi about it. And this got on the nerves of Wunmi. Wunmi didn't like Prime Boy. That is why at the end of the day, she wants to put everything on Prime Boy, saying that Prime Boy always gets Mohbad angry, which is true to an extent. Why did I say it's true? When you are telling your friend the truth, your friend at times might think you are envious of him or her because you are telling that your friend the truth. If there is no fame, will that your friend still appear as your enemy? But now, because you have fame, yes, I know that it is important that you are conscious because your friend might be envious and want to give you some advice or information that will derail you. Yes, it is true, but not to this situation of staying away from Wunmi. So he did not stay away from Wunmi. Now, again, as childhood friend, few moments to the demise of Mohbad, he still reconnected to his childhood friend. He still called his childhood friend. Hey, what's up? Come over. What do you want to drink? Come over to my place. I'm just back from the UK. He has money in his pockets. Come over. Let's enjoy ourselves. And also, there is a show in Ikorodu. Come over. So we'll all go together. Prime Boy said, my brother, my brother's birthday is the same time. I don't know how we're going to do it. He said, no problem. We'll all meet up together. We'll flex. We'll enjoy ourselves. Did they meet up, enjoy, and flex themselves? No. No. If Prime Boy was with Mohbad, maybe Mohbad would be alive. If Prime Boy had gone home with Mohbad, maybe Mohbad would have been alive. Maybe the worst of the worst that will happen is they will have a fight and the fight will not result to demise, we hope. They will have a fight like how they normally fight and Wunmi will not be able to finish up. Maybe it will be for another day. Maybe then Mohbad will be able to escape and get out of Nigeria. It could be anything. It could be anything. So we started hearing about the nurse being called. Nurse Feyi was called. A nurse said she is somewhere outside of Nigeria, and then she had to come in all the way from the neighboring country. When she got in, she said that she's sick. That's according to the mother, that she's not feeling fine, and she asked to see picture of what she's coming to treat. The picture that they sent to Mohbad was a little bit not clear. Not the picture itself, like the visual aspect of it, but the context of it is not clear. We just saw a hand that appears a little bit swollen, being moved back and forth. We don't know if that picture is old, if it's a previous picture, or what exactly is this thing. Maybe it's a picture of something else. And who knows, maybe it's someone that was moving the hand after they had done what they needed to do. Anyway, Mohbad was said to have met with the nurse. Who were the people there when the nurse came? What did the nurse see? What did the nurse see? Did the nurse see a human being that is alive? Did the nurse administer and then a reaction happened and she ran to get medication, but she could not administer this medication after the reaction? And Mohbad passed away. He passed away. There are people who react to certain medication that way. That's why I said if you've been on this platform, you'd have listened to a journalist who spoke at length about the reaction of certain medication, that there is a possibility that it might have reacted this way. And when it reacted, Mohbad could not. But if Mohbad was in an hospital setting, a proper hospital, at that time when Mohbad started reacting the way he was, there would have been a medication to block the reaction, to stop the reaction. But that nurse didn't have that idea. People, when she ran to wherever she went to get whatever she wanted to administer. I mean, it is terrible. It is terrible. So the conclusion of the matter is this. Something, apart from the fight that happened at the show, when they got from the show down to the house and inside of the house, something happened to Mohbad before they needed to call the nurse. Something terrible happened to Mohbad before they called the nurse. So if the nurse now, out of ignorance, not being a professional, administered medication that eventually took Mohbad out, the question is, what was it that happened? What about the deep laceration? And also, the journalist who also is a former pharmacist or retired pharmacist said that the toxicology report shows cocktail of medication. Several medications were pumped into Mohbad. That is, it's not just the medication that they claim that the nurse administered, that several things were found inside of Mohbad. Where and who administered those things? Did Wunmi administer medication? Did Wunmi administer medication on Mohbad before the nurse was called? What did Wunmi administer on Mohbad? Or did Wunmi administer some medication after the nurse had done? You know, Wunmi knows some things about Mohbad. For example, in that coroner inquest, she said that Mohbad reacts to certain medication. She said it, that Mohbad reacts to certain medication. So, being around Mohbad, she probably knows one or two things. Is it that she has some of those medication? Immediately the nurse passed the ivory line onto Mohbad, into him. Who knows? Maybe she had injected the drip, as it is called, with some of these things, and it got into the body of Mohbad and the eventual demise. All of these angles are supposed to be looked into. But because CCTV all of a sudden disappeared, footages of it disappeared, the only one left is that of the nurse. Because the police refused to request the handover of smartphones they all had. Because the police refused to do this, that is why we are where we are today. Is it not sad? It is sad. It is horrible. That is why we are where we are today. Seeking for justice for Mohbad, not getting anything out of it. Yet. Not getting anything out of it yet. Because some group of people believe that they will cover up and that we will not get anything out of it. This is not good at all. This is not good at all. I hope that Nurse Feyi will come out to speak. Obviously, she's not going to say anything that will incriminate her. The same way Wunmi is saying all that will not incriminate her. The same. These are the people that we need to connect to this demise. The nurse, Adura, Wunmi. We need to connect them to this demise. We need to connect them. It's as simple as that. We need to connect them to this demise.